In this video, we will learn how to use the CloudMersive PDF connector to extract metadata directly to columns on a SharePoint list. We'll automate this process using PDFs attached to inbound emails. We'll begin by creating an automated cloud flow. We'll use a trigger action from the Office 365 Outlook connector called When a New Email Arrives v3. Before we begin designing this flow, we'll take a look at the SharePoint list we're filling out. In this example, we've created a list with columns corresponding to the fields we'll find in a PDF metadata object. That includes the subject, author, creator, keywords, and other lines of information. PDFs won't always have all this information available, but we want to capture as much of it as we can in this flow. Jumping back into our Flow Designer, we'll begin by opening and configuring our trigger action. In this first iteration of our flow, we'll only be interested in emails coming from our own email address. This will make testing our flow much easier. We'll also make sure we include email attachments in our flow. In addition to that, we'll specify that we only want emails with attachments to trigger our flow in the first place. In our next example, we'll place a condition in our flow. We'll use this condition to check if email attachment file names have PDF extensions, since we can't use our PDF metadata extraction API on documents that aren't PDFs. To do that, we'll check if the attachment name value contains the PDF extension string. In the true branch of our condition, we'll now implement our PDF metadata action. To find it, we'll first search for CloudMersive connectors, and we'll locate the CloudMersive PDF connector with the pink logo. We'll open the full actions list, and we'll find an action called Get PDF Document Metadata. After we select this action, we'll need to create our connection. We can do that by naming our connection and authorizing it with a free CloudMersive API key. To get a free API key, we need to create a free account on the CloudMersive website. This tier of key will allow a limit of 800 API calls per month with no commitments. It's the same type of key we use in all our demonstrations on this channel. To configure our Get Metadata request, we'll simply pass the attachment's content and attachment's name values as arguments into each of our two request parameters. Our Get Metadata action returns all the information a PDF metadata object has available. To pass each line of metadata to our SharePoint list, we'll use the Create Item action from the SharePoint connector. After we select the right side address and list name, we'll wait for our list columns to populate, and we'll then find all of them in the advanced parameters. In this example flow, we'll use the title column to state the name of the PDF we're attaching to our item and the email address this PDF came from. Below that, we'll match each line of PDF metadata with the relevant name of the column we created. When we're done parsing each line of our metadata, we'll include one final action in our flow. We'll use the Add Attachment action from the SharePoint connector to attach the original PDF file to the list item containing its metadata. We'll use the ID value from our Create Item action in the ID field we find here, and in the file name and file content parameters, we'll once again pass attachment's name and attachment's content values from our trigger action. At this point, we're ready to save our flow and run a test. Since we're testing an automated flow, we'll need to send ourselves an email with a PDF attachment to perform the trigger action. When our flow finishes running, we'll find one new item on our SharePoint list for each PDF attached to our email. We'll find certain columns of metadata available and certain columns missing. Overall, we'll get a great idea of how much relevant information the PDFs we receive have, and we can fill in the gaps from there. And that's all there is to it. If you have any questions for us after following along with this video, please feel free to reach out to a member of our team.